Hey, it's the Maniac again, and I've got one question for you. What world do you live in? Do you live in the world of fantasy where everything goes your way, everything goes, the way you want? Or do you live in the world of reality where you don't get your way always? And the reason why I ask is because too many people are living in a fantasy realm to where they always get their way, and guess what? It's just not going to happen. People are starving out here, and people are starving, and the Democrats think nothing is wrong. The Democrats think that they're peaceful protesters, really. So the people who have been killed by peaceful protesters, where are their families at? I guarantee you, the Democrats are not even going to try to field this one. But back to what I'm saying, is that if you live in a world of fantasy and dreams and aspirations, guess what? Wake up, please. The motivation you need to have is that you need to be able to look at the reality of every situation. Because the reality of every situation, then you're going to be able to see things clearly, and then you're going to be able to make your fantasy world come to fruition. Oh, well, Maniac, what do you mean? Well, guess what? When you work at making your own fantasy world, then you actually get somewhere. When you work at making your own fantasy world a reality for you, guess what? Then you get to make the rules. You heard of the golden rule, right? Whoever has the gold makes the rules. That's one that I didn't hear from anybody or didn't read it off any website. I heard that from Aladdin. I'm kind of dating myself. The first Aladdin, to be sure. But also, in the two types of worlds, who do you allow into your world? That's one of the key tenets to make sure that you're successful. If you allow people into your world to tear you down, tell you you're not good enough, guess what? Those people, you need to cut them loose. I don't care. Your limits do not affect me in my world. Don't put your limits on me because you find it weird. But in saying that, let's get back on point. Or let's get back to the point here. And the point I'm trying to make is that your world should be your fantasy. Your world should be your reality also. And if you want to come into my world, I'm not going to change myself just because you came in there. You need to change yourself to try and keep up with me. You don't like the riddles that some people say that I speak in? Well, guess what? You need to be smarter than me then. If you can give me a run for my money, and if you can make me feel like I am inferior in my world, then guess what? I might let you stay. But I'm not going to change to appease someone else. I hate snowflakes. I hate people who think that I need to change to make them feel better. Sorry, not gonna happen. tell you why it's not going to happen, because it's my world. So what? I need to make sure that I'm not offending anybody. If somebody is a snowflake, I'll tell them straight out, and I might hurt their feelings too, is that they're an idiot. When I was in the service, I had 5 people. Just because I said that their uniform didn't pass. I had 5 people bring me up on charges that I was being insensitive and racist. If your uniform didn't pass, and my boots weren't shined either, so I didn't pass. But if those people thought that me being insensitive and racist just by saying your uniform failed, guess what? They're not going to be in the service that long. I was originally supposed to be in the service for 4 years, ended up doing 8.5, and I'll tell you what, I would not trade one moment for anything different. Maybe choosing a different job so I could progress in the ranks of the Navy, but you know what? Not a damn thing. I would not do it. But don't come into my world thinking that you're going to change me and my world. I guarantee you that is going to be the last time that we ever speak or last time we ever text. My job is not to fit into your world. Your job is not to fit into mine. But if you come into my world, you better fucking impress me. Because I am not easily impressed. And it's a fact of life that they say that first impressions are the best. No, they're not. Maybe in a business sense. Maybe if you're trying to make friends, yeah. But you know what? What are you actually trying to do? Are you actually trying to change that person's world? I don't think so. The keys to remember is that if someone comes into your world to change you, cut them loose. If someone comes into your world because they want to work with you and help you and motivate you, guess what? Allow them in. Then you better step up your game. I am not here to fit into your world. Personally, I don't care. If you don't like me, no skin off my back. Because I will continue being the maniac on this channel. I will continue being the person who speaks. Yeah, it's a Deadpool shirt, but right there, that's my heart. I will always continue speaking from my heart. And some people may say motivation is bullshit. I'm just trying to get you to know that you are destined for greatness. And when your world gets to be great, that's when you know that you have your fantasy world. But the point is to remember, don't allow anybody into your world if they're trying to change you. Don't allow someone to change you just to please them. If you have a problem with that person, cut them loose. Yeah, that's a bit extreme, but you know what? It's going to make them think twice. And if you don't have anything nice to say, and I know the old saying is, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. No. If someone's being, mean or a-hole, or well, there are a couple other words that I could use, but I'm not going to say them. But if anybody is berating you and tearing you down and making you feel good, just smile. But what I was going to say is, if you don't have anything nice to say, screw that. Some people need to hear the truth. Because I guarantee you, I will tell you the truth of what I think about your attitude and how you are acting towards me. And nothing you can say can bring me down. You don't know why I'm doing something? Guess what? It's not your problem. You can look in on my world, but you're not going to make me prove why I do what I do. You want to come into my world and you want to be, like me, guess what? Start getting up early, for starters. My world is one of fast-paced, Navy-speaking, and I work every freaking day. I'm signed up on 7 different courses right now. You know why? Because I'm intent on expanding my world. Why would I want to do that? Well, guess what? In this time of the pandemic, guess what? You need to have a mountain of new skills and do those skills well. Richard Branson had a saying that said, if you don't know how to do a certain job, say that you know how to do it and then learn later. You may be the best at it, but don't change your world for anyone else. This is another point. Your job is not to impress anybody else except God. But your job is not to impress anyone else. Your job is not to impress anybody just so that you can fit into their world. No, if you want to fit into my world, guess what? Get in line. But anyway, this is the Maniac. Peace.